The case against EFF leader Julius Malema and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi continues today. Afriforum took the party to court over the singing of the Kill the Boer song. Afriforum is asking the High Court in Johannesburg to declare the song hate speech. It's also calling on the court to impose a sanction and a fine on EFF leader Julius Malema, Ndlozi and the party for allegedly singing the song. EFF leader Julius Malema will give testimony today. For more on this, we now cross to our reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane. Ntlantla, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So what's happening in court today?
Well, a very good morning to you, Des. Coming to you right here from Johannesburg High Court, where Afriforum and the EFF are at loggerheads, a bone of contention, the singing of the song Dubuli Bunu. If you remember, Des, for a couple of days, Afriforum has brought 5 witnesses. On Monday last week, we saw them bringing one of their seniors, Ernest Roots, who is head of policy and action at Afriforum. Is also an author of a book, Kill the Boer, coming to detail with regards to what the book is all about. But taking none of it, the EFF's legal team questioning the book, questioning the credibility of the book, questioning the referencing, the source, and in terms of how the data was gathered. The second person to take the stand from Afriforum was an expert, a trauma counselor who came to talk to the court about, what victims of farm attacks went through. On Monday, we saw also 2 victims coming to detail what they went through when their farms were attacked. Yesterday, we also saw them bringing their last witness before court, who was basically talking about, his articles. But like I said earlier, EFF legal team was taking none of it. They questioned the credibility of those particular articles, saying that, they were not balanced, asking the witness in terms of why was he selective in terms of the articles that he wrote, detailing to what had happened in Senegal in 2020. But with us, who's going to talk to us a bit more about this, is EFF Secretary General Marshal Dlamini. Thank you so much, Babu Dlamini. I guess the first question that I want us to talk to you about is just your reaction with regards to what had transpired during court proceedings since last week.
Look, what transpired in court, it's what we said from day one when we came here, that these are just independent racists who are here to waste our time, to make sure that they keep us busy by always being here in court. They don't have a case. The charges that they laid against the organization is that we're in contempt of court of something that happened before even the EFF existed. So they're getting exposed every day. They're bringing their expert to come here and waffle. They don't know what they're talking about. Even that guy's book, the one that we think is here to promote a book more than anything else, even the facts that are there, he's just talking nonsense. He's got no idea of issues that he's talking about. There's a guy who came here as a witness and saying, no, my wife was killed in a farm 14 years ago. How does EFF enter there? Because we're not there 14 years ago. So you can see that these are just racists who are here to waste our time. But one thing they must know for a fact that there's no racist in this country who's going to dictate to us on how should we conduct ourselves, how should we deal with the politics of this country, how should we sing our struggle songs, how to do our own slogans. And no racist is going to erase our history. All the songs that we are singing, the slogans that we are using when we're doing our political work, it's ours, it belongs to us, it's the heritage of this country. That's what our forefathers and those that fought for the land of this country, they used to sing. And there's no racist who's going to tell us, and even a court, there's no court is going to tell us of how should we conduct ourselves. We are here to comply because we are that kind of an organization with leadership that respects the cause of this country. So they called us here today. We came here to listen to what they want from the organization, and we will respond. But we're not going to be explaining ourselves to racists, because we don't live and exist to explain ourselves to those that hate us.
Talk to us about the importance of not forgetting history. I mean, such songs were sang during the struggle, and now others are finding them very offensive under a democratic South Africa.
No, those that find these songs offensive are those that were part of the oppressors, and they've not changed even today. We forgave them. They've not even asked for forgiveness. They still holding on to our land. They still control the economy of this country. They still exploit our people in factories and farms, even in schools. There are children now in schools. They are still calling our children kafirs to show that they've not accepted this democracy. They've not accepted this new life that all of us are saying as South Africans. Let us move forward and forgive about the past, but themselves they are still held back there. But they're not going to disorganize us. We are focused on building this country, and we want to make sure that the land that belongs to the people of this country, it is transferred to the majority of our people, which are Africans. So those independent racists, they're not an issue on us, but one thing they know that every time we're in confrontation with them, we'll deal with them decisively, because we've got no tolerance of racism, and wherever racists show their ugly heads, they must be attended to, and they must be rest assured that when they're in confrontation with the EFF, we'll never apologize and we'll never hesitate to confront them.
One of the key witnesses said that the singing of the song has a contribution of somewhat towards the farmer tax, or the increase in farmer tax. Your end saying that the EFF, in most of the time when they chant these songs, it has an impact in terms of people being attacked, or white farmers being attacked at their farms.
There's no evidence of that anywhere in the country. That guy was asked the same thing. It's his own hallucination. It's his own madness that he thinks that when we sing these songs, automatically they are farm workers. Our people are dying every day. Even on the farms, they are being killed by racist farm owners. So there's no evidence of what he's saying. That's why I'm saying they are just bored, and they think they can slow down this revolutionary movement. No one can slow the EFF down. Not even them. They can all come combined. We're going to continue to do what we need to do. We're going to visit the farms and make sure that the living conditions of our people in the farms, they are of quality standards. And any farmer who's not complying or treating our people like dogs there in the farms, we'll attend to that. We've already went to Parliament to submit a private member's bill to deal with the issue of the living conditions of our farm workers. So we're not just talking about it. We're doing work. We will be visiting them and making sure that our people are being looked after. So there's no evidence that the EFF, even on a single incident in this country, that through us doing our political work, singing songs and our slogans, it has led to any farm killing. They're just talking absolute nonsense.
Thank you so much, Jesse. There you go, studio. EFF Secretary General, not budging, said they're saying that these songs, they are going to continue singing these songs, say that they have no impact, or they play no role in terms of increasing the farmers rather. With that being said, sorry about that. Since our arrival here, I can say to you that we have seen a number of people, EFF supporters, coming here. It's a different scene compared to a couple of days that we saw. On Monday we saw only about 15 EFF members, but behind me there's a truck. You can see EFF members starting to make their way here. I guess it's because one of the witnesses today is EFF leader Julius Malema. Like I said, since we came here, we have seen a number of EFF members. But with that being said, it's back to you in studio as we try and get reaction from Afriforum.
All right, Ntlantla, thank you so much for that update. Ntlantla Kgatlhane is our reporter, and he's outside the High Court in Johannesburg, wherein the case against Julius Malema and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi will start anytime soon. Remember that Afriforum took the duo to court as a result of singing that Kill the Boer song, which Afriforum deems as hate speech. As Ntlantla mentioned, we'll be getting in touch with Afriforum to comment on this matter.